Coming right up, the Suns taking on the Kings. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brett Barry. And we'll be catching up at DA. It's all yours.
Well, thank you very much.
It always does. It keeps the fans involved and looking for more. David, thanks. Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Harris and Sabonis hold down the post positions for him. Mitchell is out there with Fox, and it's Barnes, and it's the small forward. And for the Suns, Ball and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. Ayton is the pivot, and Crowder slides in at the 4. And it's Bridges in at the 3. With teams still figuring out rotations, Brent, at this point of the season, many players are unsure about their status in the lineup.
Yeah, if you're not a veteran team or a team that's been together for a lot of years, Kevin, this is about battling for minutes to show you're capable of handling that responsibility, and that mentality is important to the coaching staff. So you got to be ready. You got to be prepared for those minutes. You got to produce.
Booker outside, jacks up a 3, drills it from outside.
Just not thinking about it twice. Devin Booker with the ball. He's going to let it rip.
Now, Greg, a disappointing ending to the playoffs last season, certainly for the Phoenix Suns.
Well, came in the top seed in their conference only to make a second-round exit after a grueling Game 7. So this season might be revenge time for this group.
Clock is at 3. Mitchell. And that one goes long.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
Paul with the ball, out guarded by Murray. Kicks it out to Paul. Booker the pass to Bridges. And a great assist by Booker as that one goes in.
And this kind of distribution is something that Devin Booker is only going to improve upon.
They're not having much success at all right now.
Kevin, I would shuffle the lineup if I were their coach a little bit just to try to find something that works.
Cameron Johnson's checked in for Phoenix.
On the floor for your Suns, Cam Johnson.
1:29 left in the first. Fires the 3. Rebound by the Suns. This game against Sacramento is the first time they've met this year.
And two teams at vastly different ends of the standings last year, but they played each other to a draw. And prior to playing in college, Sabonis played professionally in Spain.
That's such a head scratcher to me. I mean, 16 years old. I mean, here you'd be getting your license. There, Sabonis was playing in professional leagues against grown men. So that experience certainly has helped him both in college and for sure being a pro now.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Kings moving the ball around. Back to Fox. Shot clock at 6. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Back in 2020, De'Aaron Fox signing a massive extension, Greg. 5 years and $163 million.
Yeah, and Kevin, every NBA hopeful wants that second contract. Credit to De'Aaron for working his tail off and earning every penny of that deal.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Shards checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Torrey Craig comes in for Bridges. Landry Shamet's checked in for Devin Booker. And it's Payne in for Paul. And here's Shards. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. They're leading by 8. Here's Shamet. Those 3-pointers off the mark. And now Sacramento on the break. Here's Herter. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Phoenix Suns in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter.
The Kings 4. Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Suns.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Suns.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
so much good energy and flow tonight, and has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
On the court for Sacramento, Malik Monk out there with De'Aaron Fox. And there's Richaun Holmes. Then it's Kevin Huerter. And it's Lyles in at the 4 slot. Lyles passes to Monk. Second shot opportunity. He doesn't hit that one. And Phoenix will come the other way. And moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
You can't allow any opponent to shoot that kind of percentage. If you do, it's just going to be so tough to keep up.
The Suns making a change here. Ayton's checked in. I know one thing the Kings wanted to focus on this season, and Brent, that was defense.
Well, they're a team that's been at the bottom of the league on the defensive ratings for quite some time. And one way to remain competitive is to bring your defensive intensity on a nightly basis. It's going to be a point of emphasis for this new coaching staff to get these guys on board.
On the wing, Barnes. It doesn't go for him. Bridges with some nice defense. The feet to Crowder. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
And muscling through that time, Crowder with a physical play and one chance.
Ball's checked in for Cameron Payne. And the Kings also making a change. Murray's checked in.
And hey, how about the career for a guy like Jay Crowder?
This guy has played some bully ball. He doesn't mind playing inside. And I think guys love to have a guy who takes on that physical responsibility to be the tough guy on the team, something Jay Crowder enjoys doing himself.
Hands it from downtown.
And yeah, you don't expect Mikal Bridges to knock you out with a shot from that distance.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That'll be his second foul of the game.
It's his second foul, but not the end of the world. One more before halftime, though. That would change some things.
Johnson, he's checked in for Jay Crowder. Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for the Kings. Fox comes in for Barnes. Huerter with it. Bridges covering. Mitchell wide open. They get it again. And with that shot, the Suns' lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Murray.
And so aggressive on the offensive glass. Murray using that size well.
Johnson kicks to Bridges. Three-pointer. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson. Bridges got the lead up to 13 now for the Suns. So the Kings call timeout. They're first. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
You guys, you just can't afford to give away points from the foul line. Not in the NBA. Teams are just too talented.
Yeah, it's not always just about free throw shooting, but it can be a large factor and disrupt your confidence.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Sharge comes in for Ayton. And it's Torrey Craig in for Devin Booker. Johnson outside. And the pass to Craig. Paul with the three. Another three for Phoenix.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock.
Suns foul.
He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots at the game right here.
And from the line, he's knocking it down about 71% of the time, and that's a percentage that needs to go up.
Even De'Aaron Fox has talked about how he's the fastest player in the league. The cool thing about it is night after night he seems to prove it.
For three, Bridges. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Fires from deep. Oh, to beat the clock. What a play!
That is fun to watch. Lets it go at the very last second.
Oh, man, that's got to be frustrating for the defense, too.
Mikal Bridges has been the guy making things happen for Phoenix.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Mikal Bridges playing terrific basketball in this one. He ended up with 15 points. Thanks for joining.
Here they come, fans. It's your one.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Mikal Bridges.
Well, through the first two, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
Ball and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. Hop it forward. They'll have Bridges and Crowder. And it's Ayton in at the center position. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Monty Williams. Offensive rebound. Tries again. Sabonis finds Murray. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Assist goes
6
to
points for Keegan Murray.
Sabonis.
Almost impossible to guard Murray inside in college. We'll see if that translates to the NBA.
Back to Paul. From past the arc. Headshot off. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. That one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Crowder.
Well, the father of Domantas Sabonis, Arvydas, named to the NBA 75 All-European team. Arvydas 7'3" and just so skilled.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Trey Lyles checked in for Murray. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Davion Mitchell. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. It is hard to forget the crazy draft night for Bridges in 2018. Drafted 10th by his hometown Sixers, his mom was an employee with the team. But he was traded an hour later to Phoenix. He says, it was tough, but once I came here, I loved it. The group of guys we had, I knew I wanted to be here. They are sure glad they got him, Kevin.
They are indeed, no doubt. DA, thank you. Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Landry Shamet checked in for Mikal Bridges. And it's Payne in for Chris Paul. .127 left here in the third quarter. Shot, high post, and Fox gets it to go. Fox has got 8. And Greg, what was it like playing with the 7'3" Arvydas when you were in the NBA together?
Kevin, we had a couple years together in Portland, and I'll tell you what, he was an incredible passer. Really made me a better cutter because he was the first guy I played with that could make all the passes no matter where he was on the floor.
Here's Fox. From down in the low post, it goes. 10 points for him.
The closer that Fox gets inside, the more effective he could say. I guess you could say he's good in the Fox hole.
Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
And even down big, the effort and energy is still there to try and make a comeback. Three-pointers are killing them at this point. And they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Pass to Barnes. Back to Huerter. It's not going to go for him. Some solid defense from Ayton. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And that one's good. Shamet.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Knocks it loose. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. From deep. Payne can't hit.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
16.
And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Doesn't happen with every point guard in the league as far as setting your teammates up. Lots more scorers now, but right there creating the scoring opportunity for his teammate.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for Sacramento. At the guard positions, Mitchell and Monk. Richaun Holmes out there with Medu, and it's Bazemore at the 3, the small forward.
And that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Brent, did you have any superstitions when you played in the NBA?
Not so much, Kevin. I really had more routine, and if I got off my routine, I might be a little bit nervous. But nothing superstitious and nothing that I can recall.
The shot's good from Monk.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Shamet's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Suns. Mitchell passes to Bazemore. Back to Mitchell. Here's Holmes. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Yeah, coaches from the sideline screaming, get a body on Richaun Holmes, why don't you?
Here's Shamet. Another three for Phoenix.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
The shot by Mitchell, no good.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Phoenix.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Mikal Bridges.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That's his first foul. The Suns making a switch here. Okogie's checked in. Alex Len's checked in for Sacramento. Davis comes in for Davion Mitchell. And stolen by Biyombo. Pass to Craig. Here's Okogie. The three traps in the tray.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you can see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Davis kicks to Monk. Passes it to Medu. Dishes to Land. And the dunk by Land.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it's tough to mount a comeback like this and then fall oh so short. I'm sure that's weighing on them just a little bit.
Lee, that's good.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on. And that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
That free throw missing.
At the line for two.
And he's good on the second. Lee outside, and the miss. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.